You know what nobody prepares you for about getting older? It's not the aches and pains everyone talks about. It's the way everyone assumes you're helpless with money. I'm here to tell you that's complete nonsense. Some of the smartest people I know happen to have gray hair, and today I'm going to share 4 financial strategies that could put thousands of dollars back in your pocket this year. These aren't complicated investment schemes or risky ventures. These are simple, practical methods that work especially well for people who've earned the wisdom that comes with experience. Let me start with a story that might sound familiar. Strategy number 1, the prescription drug game changer that saves $200+ monthly. Meet Dorothy, a 73-year-old retired teacher from Ohio. After 40 years of shaping young minds, Dorothy thought she had retirement figured out. She'd saved diligently, had decent health insurance, and was ready to enjoy her golden years. Then her doctor prescribed 3 new medications for her blood pressure and arthritis. Dorothy walked into the pharmacy expecting maybe a $50 hit to her monthly budget. The pharmacist looked at her with genuine sympathy and said, "That'll be $437. Dorothy actually laughed. She thought he was joking. He wasn't. $437. Every month. For medications, she needed to stay healthy and active. Dorothy did what many of us do when faced with impossible choices. She started rationing her pills, taking them every other day instead of daily, skipping doses when money was tight. Her blood pressure started creeping up, her joints ached more, but what choice did she have? That's when her daughter, Lisa, stepped in and discovered something that changed everything. The first breakthrough came from a simple phone call to Dorothy's insurance company. Lisa discovered that 2 of Dorothy's medications had cheaper alternatives that worked just as well. Same active ingredients, same effectiveness, but generic versions that cost 80% less. Dorothy's doctor had prescribed the brand names out of habit, not necessity. When Lisa explained the situation, he was happy to switch the prescriptions. Just like that, Dorothy's monthly medication bill dropped from $437 to $160. But Lisa wasn't done investigating. She discovered something called Medicare Extra Help that Dorothy had never heard of. This federal program helps people with limited incomes pay for prescription drugs. Dorothy qualified, but had never applied because nobody had told her it existed. The application took 30 minutes online. Within 6 weeks, Dorothy's monthly medication costs dropped to just $43. But here's the part that really opened my eyes. Lisa found a prescription discount program through their grocery store that offered additional savings on medications not fully covered by Medicare. It was free to join and saved Dorothy another $12 monthly. Dorothy went from rationing life-saving medications to paying less than $50 a month for everything she needed. The relief on her face when she told me this story was something I'll never forget. I spent 8 months choosing between my health and my grocery money, Dorothy said. All because nobody told me these programs existed. I felt angry. But mostly, I felt grateful that my daughter didn't give up looking for answers. Here's what Dorothy learned that could help you. Call your insurance company and ask about generic alternatives for every medication you take. Don't assume your doctor automatically prescribes the cheapest, effective option. They often default to familiar brand names. Look into Medicare Extra Help if your income is limited. You might qualify for significant prescription assistance even if you think you earn too much. The income limits are higher than many people realize. Ask every pharmacy about their discount programs. Many grocery stores, big box retailers, and pharmacy chains offer free programs that can reduce costs significantly. Never, ever ration medications without talking to your doctor first. There are almost always alternatives, assistance programs, or other solutions that don't put your health at risk. The money Dorothy saved, nearly $4,000 per year, wasn't just numbers on a budget. It was peace of mind, better health, and the dignity of not having to choose between medicine and groceries. Strategy number 2, the grocery shopping method that cuts your food bill in half. Let me tell you about Margaret, a 68-year-old widow whose grocery store revelations could change how you think about food shopping forever. Margaret had been shopping the same way for 50 years. She'd drive to the store when the refrigerator looked empty, wander the aisles hoping for inspiration, and somehow spend $80 to $100 without any real plan. By the end of the month, she'd often find herself eating crackers for dinner because both her pantry and her budget were empty. Sound familiar? Everything changed the day Margaret bumped into her old neighbor Helen at the grocery store. Helen's cart was full of fresh vegetables, quality meats, and name-brand items Margaret had been avoiding because of cost. "Helen," Margaret said, "I don't understand how you can afford to eat so well on Social Security." Helen smiled and said something that stopped Margaret in her tracks. "I spend about $75 a week on groceries and eat better than I did when I was working." That conversation led to Margaret discovering 4 simple strategies that cut her food costs nearly in half. Margaret's first game changer was 15 minutes of Sunday planning. Instead of wandering aimlessly through the store, Margaret started spending a quarter hour each Sunday planning her meals for the week. Not complicated gourmet meals, simple, practical food she actually enjoyed eating. This simple planning eliminated the expensive mistakes Margaret had been making for years. No more buying ingredients for meals she never cooked. No more vegetables rotting in the refrigerator because she forgot about them. No more standing in the grocery store hungry and confused, grabbing whatever looked good at the moment. Her second discovery was the magic of store brands. Margaret had been buying name brand everything simply out of habit, but when she started comparing ingredients and prices, she realized store brands often cost 30 to 40% less for virtually identical products. The store brand cereal tasted exactly like the name brand she'd been buying for decades, but cost $2.50 less per box. The Greek yogurt her doctor recommended, half the price, same nutritional content, same taste. Margaret learned to shop her store's sales cycle. Most grocery stores rotate their promotions predictably. Every 4 to 8 weeks, the same items go on sale again. When chicken dropped to 99 cents a pound instead of the usual $2.49, Margaret would buy several pounds and freeze them in meal-sized portions. But here's the secret that really transformed Margaret's budget. She discovered her store's senior discount day. Every Tuesday, customers over 65 got 5% off their entire purchase. 5% might not sound like much, but on a $75 grocery bill, that's nearly $4 saved every week, over $200 per year just for shopping on a different day. The results were remarkable. Margaret's weekly grocery bill dropped from around $120 to $75, a savings of $45 every week, nearly $2,300 per year. But more importantly, she was eating better than she had in years. More fresh vegetables because she planned for them. Less food waste because everything had a purpose. More variety because she was cooking creatively instead of desperately. The most surprising thing, Margaret told me, is that grocery shopping became enjoyable again. Instead of feeling overwhelmed and stressed, I felt confident and in control. Here's how to start Margaret's system this week. Spend 15 minutes this Sunday planning next week's meals. Check what you already have first, then build meals around those ingredients. Try one store brand product this week. Compare the ingredients to your usual brand. You might be pleasantly surprised. Ask customer service about senior discounts and special shopping days. Many stores offer these, but don't advertise them prominently. Make a focused shopping list organized by your store's layout. Most stores follow the same pattern: produce, bakery, pantry items, frozen foods. Organize your list accordingly so you're not backtracking. These simple changes could easily save you $150 to $200 monthly while improving how you eat. Strategy number 3. Slash your utility bills without freezing or sweating. Frank's story takes place under the brutal Florida sun, where air conditioning isn't a luxury, it's survival. After 30 years delivering mail through hurricanes and scorching heat, Frank thought he was tough enough to handle anything. But retirement brought an enemy he couldn't simply endure: electric bills over $200 during summer months. On his postal pension and Social Security, those bills felt like a monthly mugging. Frank tried what many of us try when desperate. He simply suffered. Thermostat locked at 80 degrees while he sweated through undershirts, every fan running full blast, lying awake at night calculating whether running the AC for a few hours would break next month's budget. Everything changed when Frank met his neighbor Tom, who lived in an identical house but paid half the electric bills. Frank's first discovery: his water heater was working overtime for no reason. For 20 years, Frank had never touched the temperature setting. It was cranked to 140 degrees, hot enough to cause burns far hotter than needed for any household task. Tom showed him how to adjust it to 120 degrees. This 5-minute fix saved Frank $15 monthly without changing his routine one bit. Second revelation: ceiling fans could replace some air conditioning. Frank had dismissed his ceiling fans as weak substitutes for real cooling. But Tom explained that fans create a wind chill effect that makes you feel 3 to 4 degrees cooler than the actual temperature. Frank could now set his thermostat to 77 degrees with fans running and feel as comfortable as he had at 74 degrees without them. This saved another $25 to $30 monthly. Third game changer: strategic shade. Frank had been letting afternoon sun blast through his west-facing windows like a solar oven, then paying to air condition away all that heat. Simply closing blinds during the hottest hours reduced his cooling costs significantly. Fourth investment: a $35 programmable thermostat. Now Frank's AC automatically adjusted when he slept and when he left the house. No more forgetting to change settings, no more coming home to an icebox because he'd left the AC cranked down. But Frank's biggest discovery came from the most unexpected source. His electric company wanted to help him save money. The phone call that changed Frank's life lasted 23 minutes. First, he learned about budget billing, spreading costs evenly year-round instead of $50 winter bills and $200 summer shockers. Second, Frank qualified for a 15% low-income discount he'd never known existed. Third, the utility offered free weatherization, sealing air leaks, adding insulation, installing weather stripping. Frank's average monthly bill dropped from $180 to $115, a 35% reduction. But the real victory was getting his comfort back. He could sleep cool, set reasonable temperatures without anxiety, and focus on life instead of constantly calculating energy costs. Start with these steps. Check your water heater temperature. Turn it down to 120 degrees if it's higher. Use ceiling fans strategically. Close blinds during hot afternoons. Open them during sunny winter days. Most importantly, call your utility company about senior discounts, budget billing, and weatherization programs. Strategy number 4: uncover hidden discounts you've already earned. Sarah's story begins on the hardest day of her life, burying her husband of 48 years. George had handled their finances for 5 decades. After the funeral, Sarah faced brutal math. She was living on 40% less income, but had the same expenses. George's pension was reduced to a small survivor benefit. The bills remained the same, but the money to pay them had vanished. At 71, Sarah was navigating financial territory she'd never explored alone. That's when her son Michael made a discovery that opened Sarah's eyes to benefits she'd earned but never claimed. First, Michael found that Sarah was entitled to higher Social Security benefits based on George's work record. Sarah had been receiving benefits based on her own modest work history, not knowing she could claim survivor benefits worth $300 more monthly. One phone call to Social Security corrected this, and they sent her back payments for the months she'd missed. Second discovery: property tax exemptions Sarah had never heard of. Their county offered senior exemptions that could reduce property taxes by hundreds of dollars annually. The application took 20 minutes and saved Sarah over $400 per year. Third breakthrough: utility assistance programs. Sarah's gas and electric companies both offered senior discounts and budget assistance programs. These programs reduced her utility bills by about $60 monthly, over $700 annually. Fourth revelation: free services Sarah was already paying for. Her bank charged monthly fees for checking accounts, but offered free banking for seniors. Her car insurance company had senior discounts she'd never requested. Her phone company offered reduced rates for people on fixed incomes. Within 3 months, Michael helped Sarah increase her monthly income by over $400 and reduce her expenses by nearly $200, a total monthly improvement of $600. But the most important discovery came when Sarah learned about her local area agency on aging. This organization, funded by tax dollars, existed specifically to help people like Sarah navigate exactly these challenges. The counselor Sarah met with knew about programs and benefits that even Michael's thorough research had missed. Free transportation to medical appointments, reduced-cost home maintenance programs, food assistance that wasn't food stamps but helped stretch grocery budgets, even grants to help with heating and cooling costs. I felt foolish, Sarah told me months later. Here I was, losing sleep over money when there were all these programs designed specifically to help people in my situation. I'd paid taxes for 50 years. These were services I'd already paid for, just waiting for me to ask. Sarah's monthly financial picture improved by over $800 through programs and benefits she was already entitled to. But more than the money, she gained something invaluable: the confidence that comes from knowing you don't have to struggle alone. Here's how to find your hidden benefits. Contact your local area agency on aging. Every county has one. They're experts at connecting seniors with available programs and benefits. Call Social Security to review your benefits. Make sure you're receiving the maximum amount you're entitled to, including any survivor or spousal benefits. Contact your utility companies about senior programs. Ask specifically about budget billing, low-income assistance, and weatherization help. Review all your regular expenses: insurance, banking, phone, internet. Ask each company about senior discounts. Many offer them but don't automatically apply them. Check with your county assessor's office about property tax exemptions for seniors. These exist in most areas but require applications. Your next steps start today. These 4 strategies: prescription assistance, smart grocery shopping, utility savings, and claiming hidden benefits, could realistically save you $3,000 or more this year. But more importantly, they can give you something money can't buy: peace of mind. You've earned these savings through decades of hard work, paying taxes, and contributing to your community. These aren't handouts, they're programs and strategies specifically designed to help people who've already paid their dues. Dorothy doesn't ration medications anymore. Margaret enjoys grocery shopping and eats better than ever. Frank sleeps comfortably in his cool house without financial anxiety. Sarah discovered she's not alone and doesn't have to struggle in silence. Your story can have the same kind of ending. Start with just one strategy this week. Make one phone call, try one new approach, investigate one program you hadn't heard of before. Small actions create momentum, and momentum creates change. The money you save isn't just about having more dollars in your account, though that matters too. It's about reclaiming the dignity and security you've worked your entire life to achieve. It's about not having to choose between health and groceries, comfort and bills, or independence and asking for help. You deserve to enjoy the life you've built. These strategies can help make that possible. If this video helped you discover even one new way to save money or access benefits you'd earned, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might benefit. The more people who know about these resources, the fewer seniors will have to struggle unnecessarily. And remember, you're not just saving money with these strategies. You're taking control of your financial future and ensuring that your golden years truly shine. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll explore even more ways to make your money work smarter, not harder.